Hi guys, welcome to this week's Gold Lap Guide. This time we take on the superb Road Atlanta with the KTM X-Bow in the latest online lap time challenge. I've currently got a gold time, so I'll show you what I did to achieve that. This is one of my favourite circuits and this car is a lot of fun, but make sure you stick around to the end. I'll show you many helpful tips to get that gold time. So starting the lap, get the car to the left hand side, take this right hander flat, 5th gear, should be okay. Stay in 5th gear down this straight. Turn 1, fast corner, braking point, where this orange bit of paint is on this barrier on the left hand side. Just around that point I'm going to hit the brakes and go down to 4th gear. And with this car I like to gear down quite early to get the back end to step out nicely. So hard on the brakes for a brief moment, trailing off, down to 4th gear, get the car turned in, get this apex. As soon as you get to the apex, get back on the throttle nice and aggressively. Use all this circuit here, you can use all that, no problem at all. Back to 5th gear again, approaching this very tricky corner coming up. Around the start of this curbing on the left hand side, I come off the throttle, just get the car straightened up and then apply the brakes. I'm going to brake down to 4th gear. So we're hard on the brakes, down to 4th gear. Try not to take too much speed through this, you'll overcharge the corner and ruin your exit. Take as much curb as you can there. I'll show you from behind the car what you can get away with. So approaching the corner here, I could be a bit further to the left hand side if I could. And keep 2 tyres on the blue and yellow curbing, should be absolutely fine. I can probably go another half a car width to the right here, probably not maximising this too much, but you can get away with that, or you can go a bit further to the right if you can. So I'll run through this corner and away we go. Next section, 4th gear, back up to 5th gear again, little lift of the throttle through this section, just trying to keep as much speed through here as possible. Don't be afraid to take these curbs fully. Braking points, just as this curb starts on the right hand side, you see how it just juts out a little bit there, the apex of that little curbing there. I use that as a reference point. I want to try and get the car as straight as possible here. I'm going to brake down to 4th gear. So we'll be hard on the brakes in a straight line down to 4th gear. Use this curbing on the right hand side to open up this left hander. Take plenty of curb on the inside of this, more than I do. I almost get this wrong, only just get away with that. I'll show you from behind the car what I mean. So use this curb on the way in. Take curb on the inside. Look how close this is on the outside. This is about as much as you can probably use without getting a penalty. Look, I've got half a tyre on the blue and yellow curbing. Any further right than that would invalidate your lap. You've got to make sure you stay to the left of that white line ahead as well. Maximising your exit here is absolutely imperative. Coming down to the next section. Braking point I like to use for this corner. On the left hand side there's a 300 marker. Somewhere around that, or roughly where the tarmac starts on the right hand side, you can see that right hand arrow there, somewhere around that point I'm going to brake down to 4th gear, and again we'll be hard on the brakes in a straight line down to 4th, trail off into this corner, try and take as much speed through as you can. It's slightly cambered to help you with the turn in, take plenty of curb, no problem at all. This next bit's really tricky. Somewhere around where this arrow is what I like to brake at. Now normally on the right hand side in race conditions there's a little tent, now in time trial there isn't. So you've got to almost guesstimate this a little bit. Very, very tricky. The entrance to the next corner is off camber as well, so you've got to get this right. So I'll brake down to 3rd gear from here. Try not to overcharge the corner. Prioritise the exit. Take plenty of curb. Back to 4th gear on the exit. Take all this curb on the right hand side. Really make sure you get on that throttle nice and early to maximise this straight. And as always guys, if you get any value out of this at all, then please do hit the like button and consider subscribing for more content like this. I genuinely love making these videos and I hope you enjoy them too. Thank you very much for the support, it is very much appreciated. So on the way down to another tricky section, braking point I like to use for this one, somewhere just around or just after the 300 mark on the right hand side, I'm going to brake down to 3rd gear. Now this is a downhill braking point, so the braking distance will be slightly longer than you think, especially on these soft sports tyres. So we'll be hard on the brakes in a straight line, down to 3rd gear, open this corner up as much as you can, get to the apex. We're going to take plenty of curb here, up to 4th gear again, try and keep the revs down and use the bottom end of this car. Take plenty of curb on the inside of that as well, on the throttle nice and early, use all the exit curbing, cut this corner. I get a bit out of shape there, get to the left hand side, open this right hander out, full throttle, 5th gear, cross the line for 1 minute 25.398, which is good enough for 1.7%, alright I suppose, and a very uninspiring 115th in the world. If you did like this video guys, then I'd appreciate you watching this video right here. Thank you very much for your time, really appreciate it. Good luck with this one. I'll see you next week. Take care.